get right into it. What is going on with rates today as of January 8th?
Yeah, as of today's date, we're at 6.7. That's a 30-year fixed conventional financing. This past week, the first week of January was really rough. I think back-to-back days from Tuesday to Thursday, rates were increasing slightly. Friday, we had a great day because last week we just had a lot of economic data that came out, and it was just a roller coaster ride. But this week starting out so far so good. So getting an inflation number this Thursday, so that should be something that's interesting to see how everything's going. So
awesome. So we are still in the sixes at this point, right?
we are, yeah, high sixes. Yep.
All right, awesome. So let's talk about 2024 a little bit. Obviously, no one has a crystal ball. We don't know what exactly is going to happen. We obviously cannot predict any, economic changes or if something goes on in the world politically. So what do you think, just based on the information you have today, is going to happen in 2024?
Yeah, my personal opinion, I think 2024 right now, this first and second quarter will probably be a very similar rate at mid to high sixes, and then maybe by the end of the year we'll see it dip down to the high fives, mid fives if everything works out. It is a presidential election year, so it can be a roller coaster ride as well. So things can happen, but that's my projection.
Okay, awesome. So I want to make a bet with you. Let's bet $100 to see. You said they'll have a number 5 in front of the interest rates by the end of the year. I think it will be in the sixes. I think we're going to stay in the sixes. And the reason I think that is because, one, we still haven't hit the inflation numbers that is the goal for the government to get to. And then two, I think because of the election year, even though that historically has brought some, cushion to the market and they lower rates a little bit, I still think there's too much turmoil going on that it's just going to stay in the sixes. So I have a 6 in front of my number. You have a 5. Right. So let's put $100 on it and see who wins.
It's a deal.
Yeah, it's a deal. By the end of the year, what ends up happening. Now, should buyers wait to figure out what's going on by the end of the year if they're thinking about buying now?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I would say no. And I can tell you the reason why. You just mentioned earlier, we don't have that crystal ball to tell if the rate's going to go down or it's going to go up or whatnot. So I would say take advantage of this time right now, especially the first quarter, while it's still a slower period of time. Because this March, I think a lot of projection in March, the spring is going to be a very busy spring, and we're hoping for that, of course. But just the way the rates are, it's still, still in the sixes, which is still, and there's still programs, and sellers are still offering seller credits to buy down the interest rate. So again, there's still a lot of programs to get the interest rate lower. And again, you can pick your home. Like when that home goes up, there's opportunity to get this home in location, right? You can get that, and you can always change the interest rate. So,
right. Yeah. And my answer to that, if should buyers wait, is it really just depends on, each person's unique situation. But to your point, sellers are still giving credits. There is a good amount of inventory for different types of homes, just depending on what type of home someone wants, obviously in what area. So in our area, like condos, for instance, there's a good amount of inventory, and homes without pools, there's still a good amount of inventory. So depending on what you want, you can get the pick of the litter and still get credits from sellers who are just trying to sell and move on to the next thing.
Exactly. 100% agree with you.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Tyler, for all your insights, and we will see you next week.